Well, and then in response to Father Coughlin, our young Orson Welles, remember the producer and director and star of Citizen Kane, just a few years later in 1941, takes his Mercury Theater group of actors and does a reading of a radio play called War of the Worlds. I think it's based on an H.G. Wells book by the same name. Now, this is a response to Father Coughlin, because what Wells did with War of the Worlds is pretend to be reporting live from different scenes, witnessing the invasion of our planet by Martian spaceships and Martians, hell-bent on destruction and killing people and taking down buildings, etc., etc. It starts very calmly as a broadcast of a music dance show, and then it's the dance show is broken into by different announcements, supposedly from different reporters witnessing different things happening in New Jersey, spaceships landing, etc. And this broadcast caused a real actual panic because people listened and they thought it was actually happening. And so you had, I believe, traffic jams and people trying to get the hell out of New Jersey, and all kinds of repercussions from people who believed, what Wells was broadcasting. And the reason it's a response and commentary on Father Coughlin is Wells wanted to show people that they shouldn't believe everything they hear on the radio. Okay? They shouldn't believe everything they hear from propagandists like Father Coughlin, who, by the way, was taken off the air by FDR in 1939 when Germany attacked Poland, etc., and started World War II. Coughlin was, one might even suspect that he was somehow in the pay of the Nazi Party. And the Nazi Party did have spies here in the U.S. trying to keep the U.S. out of World War II while Germany tried to take over Europe. So this is also War of the Worlds, a wonderful example of theater of the mind, which we spoke about when we first introduced radio. What is it? Because the sounds and the sound effects and the language is amazing. And I want you to think of that little brief recording we heard of the airplanes flying over the Lake Michigan and dumping the marshmallow, and because you can make people imagine anything, with radio very cheaply, right? You don't have to have CGI effects. You just make the sounds, right? Very cheap, simple to do. So listen to as much of War of the Worlds as you want to. Maybe the only time you hear it. Very famous and influential radio play, operating on a lot of different levels, with Orson Welles in charge in 1938. Okay, let me just, whoa. Where are you, cursor? There we are.